Here at Frugal Foam, part of the goal is to help people find items of the greatest value, getting the most for your money, because I think we can all kind of appreciate that. Now you may notice there's not a whole lot of conventional videos on here. It's mostly just shorts, and needless to say, there's not a lot of things on the market right now that have particularly impressed me for their value. One thing has come along recently, though, and I thought I would do a video about that. So here we have a 2-pack of Nerf Pro magazines. Now these are for half darts only. Even though darts are pictured in the magazine here, I don't believe the magazines come with darts. Now, why is this a big deal? To me, the main attention grabber is the fact that these mags are 2 for $10. That's an astounding price. The option that I think most people would think of, Talon magazines, are definitely really good, but they are moderately more expensive. So it's nice to have a less expensive option for something that is becoming more prominent. In this case, half darts in a magazine-fed blaster. Now, let it be known, I did purchase these with my own money, and I don't really need more magazines, to be honest, but these were too good of a deal to pass up, and I just wanted to check them out. So here we are. Here is the package. Okay, it does not come with any darts. 2 magazines. That is it. There are no directions or anything. Not that it particularly needs directions, but sometimes I guess I kind of expect them. Nope, no directions. Okay, that's fine. Now I do need to tell you, I do not have any straight Talon magazines that have a similar capacity to this. I do have some Dart Zone magazines, but I don't really use those. And these are Talon geometry is my understanding. And Dart Zone magazines, I believe, do not tend to be Talon magazine. I want to say they use Katana geometry. So the more comparable option is a Talon, but this is the curved one that normally ostensibly holds 18. Yeah, it's labeled as 18. So the Nerf one is supposed to hold 15. Let us get some idea of the difference in size. That would make sense as far as holding 15 darts goes compared to holding 18 darts. There's a little bit of extra length on here. Now, I don't know about you. Usually I end up loading my curved Talons, despite the 18 maximum capacity. I usually end up loading these up to about 20, maybe 21 darts. So in addition to these are rated as 15 dart magazines, I want to see what they can comfortably handle, if not more than that. One of the things that some people probably care about with magazines, and some others probably don't, is can you top load them easily? So let's just check that really quickly. Can you smush the dart in the top amicably? It's tight. It's kind of like the actual Talon. Talon mags are not the easiest, in my opinion, to top load. You know what I do find are relatively easy to top load are out of darts Tachi mags, and I assume by the same virtue that the out of darts Coda mags would probably top well pretty easily. But that's due to a difference in the feed lips. 14, 15. Okay, there are now 15 darts in this magazine because I was counting as I did it. Now the question is, can it take more than 15? I can see that can definitely go down at least one more dart, so 16. How about, I could even get a 17th dart in there. All right, that's still pretty comfy. How about 18? I can get an 18th dart in there. I could probably get a 19th dart in there. I don't know, it's pretty comfy at 18, but I feel like it's starting to get a little bit tight. 18 actually seems pretty doable. So I don't know about you, but I figure that the main usages that people might have in mind for these might be along the lines of using it in a magazine adapter, like the kind that Dart Zone makes, or using it in blasters that are natively set up for half-dart magazines. So this is one of those Dart Zone adapters. Does it fit in here? Because the main concern, I understand, is these ridges along the side there. They may block it. Yeah, I don't know. Let's find out. All right. Does this? No, it does not. These ridges right here are stopping the magazine from going far enough in the adapter to catch. It kind of stays there. It looks like it might line up okay for a pusher pushing the dart through, but it's not catching, so the magazine could fall out. Now, I do not have the most blasters out of anybody that I know, but I do have a few 3D printed blasters that are natively set up for half darts, So let's find out if this Talon Claw U can take the Nerf Pro mag. Yeah, it can take it just fine. It catches, feeds just fine. Now, interestingly, the ridges are far enough away from the Talon Claw's magwell that that's no problem whatsoever. That is a considerable distance. That's probably at least a half an inch below that, so no problem there. The other main type of blaster that I use with half dart mags is the Griffin by Flygonial. I have a number of them for myself, and this is my band blaster one. So let's just see if the mag, yep, the mag goes in plenty far. The ridges are down here, so yeah, that's no problem at all. I do not have a battery in here right now. I just mostly wanted to see if it fit because I'm sure the feeding operation will be fine. That is no problem at all. All right, let's try the Spamf by Gavin Fuzzy. This is a Super Spamf with the Super Spamf kit added by Old Fusion Designs. Let's see if this one will fit. This is not a very tall magwell, so I feel it probably will, and it does. Oh yeah, that's even more room between the blaster and the mag. Yeah, that's great. That fit is perfectly fine. How is the quality? You know what? I can't really make either of these kind of flex. This one's kind of making a creaky noise if I squeeze it. The Talon isn't doing anything. The Talons are great. I mean, there's a reason that they became the unofficial standard in the Nerf aficionado community. But I'll be honest with you, the Nerf Pro mag is relatively durable. It's just what you'd expect from a magazine that is injection molded rather than 3D printed. Honestly, the only downside that I can see, and pun intended, is that this is an opaque magazine. I do prefer a translucent magazine. Both my Talons and my Tachi magazines from Out of Darts are translucent, so you can see all the darts in them. It's easier to count, it's easier to see how many are left. Now, the other thing you might be wondering is how good is the Follower's Spring. It's actually really good. That is it's actually really good. That has a decent amount of force on it. I have no worries that this will feed at least the 15 or 18 darts that you might load in them. Now, the next thing I want to do is to take this Nerf Pro magazine, get my flush cutters, and actually trim the ridge off. I'm going to put on some glasses for that. Now, I am not the first to think about trimming the ridges off so that this magazine will fit in other blasters. And I've been reading speculation or statements about it on Reddit and on Discord, but I did want to try it for myself because it wasn't clear if other people have been trying this or have just been speculating. Now, I will say I tried to get the flush cutters as close to the blaster's smooth edge as I could, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but getting it really close, there are actually a few tiny holes in it now. Right? There's one there and one there. On the other side, there are also tiny holes, although the one on the back of the mag is less pronounced. So the front and back of the mag, these two sides, are still completely intact. There are no ridges on those sides. I don't think that that is likely to be an issue with the structural integrity of the mag. But for all I know, if you use it over time, it could be. But let's try this now. Interesting. It still won't click in there. Curious. Okay, I had to push the magazine really hard to get it to click. It still wants to resist, and maybe I didn't take off enough material. Maybe I need to get a file or sandpaper and file those down, but if I push it just a tad harder, it does click in, and it will stay in. It's locked, and it won't go out without me pressing the lever. So that's good that that can do that. I will be taking a file to this and seeing how much smoother I can get it, because there are definitely occasions where I use one of these adapters with blasters. All in all, I will be honest with you, I think that these are a really good value for what they are. Talons are great. They've been around for a few years now, I guess. I myself did not really get into half darts until maybe mid-2021 or so. And so I actually still have a huge collection of full-length dart magazines. But if I was just getting into this now and I didn't already have enough half dart magazines already, like these, honestly, I would probably load up on these Nerf ones. They are a good enough product and a good enough value that I wouldn't really have any qualms about buying many more of these. Well, that's all I got to say for right now. Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it to some degree, and I'll see you next time.